Alright, Michaela, we'll start with you.
Okay.
How long have you been playing tennis?
I've been playing tennis since I've been about 7 or 8 years old.
So you always wanted, you knew you were going to play
Yeah.
in high school.
Yeah.
Did you know you were going to become a captain?
No, because I didn't know what the whole captain system would be. Like if it was going to be one person elected or all the seniors, because it's changed with our new coaches. So.
And do you think that you gained the respect out of everyone and earned the captain spot?
I think so. All of us seniors, we were all captains, and we were all on the team since freshman year. And I think the other girls respected us, and they listened to what we say, and we gave them advice. So, yeah.
What would you say was your biggest responsibility this year as a captain?
I would say my biggest responsibility was probably just keeping a positive mindset with the team, because sometimes we get down if we had a bigger match, or at the end of the year we had a tournament and we lost, but it was just important to stay positive and just play our best.
Now we talk about how maybe toward the end of the season you guys were maybe mad after losing the tournament and stuff like that. At any point in the season were you stressed out by homework, school, anything like that?
I would say a little, especially there's this one week where we literally had a match every single day after school, Monday through Friday, so that was definitely stressful. And we had a match, like 3 of them were away matches, and away matches it's so much harder to get homework or anything done. I don't remember exactly what my workload was, but I do remember like stressing about leaving school a little early, and then while in school not being 100% there, being worried about my match later in the day, and yeah, that was a stressful week.
How long would you say you stayed up doing homework after a match?
Depends how late we get back. If we got back at like 8 or 8:30, I could be up to like 10:30 if I had a lot that night. You try your best to plan around it, like if you know you're going to match, to do it earlier, but sometimes it's just unavoidable.
Mm-hmm. When I was talking to Alex, he said that sometimes you do have those slots before matches where you can do your homework, but in reality, not everyone's going to do it during that time period.
Yeah, and our matches usually are at like 3:30, and our coach wants us to get there at 2:30, so that's just enough time to go home and change and eat a snack and then go, so there really isn't much time to do it before.
When we were talking to some of the other athletes, they were saying that they would get rid of gym and replace it with a study hall for student athletes in season. Mm-hmm. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that. I mean, if we have gym, we'll have it maybe 3 or 4 times a week, and in that time you're only actually like doing exercise for like 30 minutes maybe, and we're putting in 2 hours at least every day after school. So I think we definitely meet that requirement of getting like physical education outside of school, so I think that'd be a really good idea.
Do you ever feel personally disadvantaged to those students who maybe don't play sport and have a lot of time to do quality work on projects and assignments and stuff like that?
I think every athlete knows what they're getting into when they're signing up for a sport. So we know that there is a slight disadvantage, but we just have to do our best to try to work around it.
Let's see. Next question. All right. Are your coaches usually accommodating of if you have to stay after to do something or make up a quiz?
Yeah, definitely. Our coach Terrence, as long as we told him in advance we're going to be 30 minutes late to practice, like it wouldn't count against us or anything, he's pretty relaxed with that.
And my final question, do you think that student athletes should have an extended amount of time or a special accommodation if they have a match that day or if they're in season in general?
I would say depending on like where the match is, like if the match is far away and they're getting back super late, then I think there should be a bit of an extension or even just like extra time in the morning that they can have. But if it's just like a practice, then I don't think that they need extra time.
Thank you. Colleen, over to you. Your second interview now, double captaincy. What's the difference between tennis and swimming? What's the biggest difference?
The biggest difference probably was that I was more serious about tennis, and with swim, it's like there's guys and girls on the swim team, so you don't have to be as serious because there's more captains and there's more people, which is also different. Whereas tennis, you're like very, very close with everyone, and you can help everyone like with their personal problems, whether it's tennis or personal life. But in swim, you're like more distance from everyone, and it's more superficial problems that you have to deal with.
You said there that everyone's kind of close with each other. How important is that throughout an entire season?
Oh, it's so important. Team bonding is our favorite part. And it's just like, it makes for a better experience when you're closer.
And your job, if it ever did occur, would keep everyone friendly with each other. I don't think you guys have that problem.
No. No fighting.
No fighting on the tennis team. Would you consider everyone on the tennis team your friend, even like outside school?
Yeah, everyone. You're always like, even like when you see them in the hallways or anywhere, always like say hi, be nice. Even if like they weren't your favorite person, like you just feel like that connection because you spend so much time with them.
And you said it about I asked you to give a recommendation to kids looking to swim. How about kids looking to do tennis?
Oh yeah, definitely do tennis. It's such a great team. It's like a perfect environment. The coaches are amazing. It's a great
Can
time.
you come in at any skill level?
Yeah, because you don't have to play varsity, but with like the way that things are working out, like they probably will if they come in like the next couple of years, which would be awesome to just play varsity on like this on a Division I team. Would be pretty cool.
And what does a regular practice day look like?
Regular practice day. We have like a little bit of time after school, and then we go straight to practice, and it's for 2 hours per day, everyone. And you always are like working in groups with like singles or doubles, and you're always doing drills, and there's a lot of play time, and you're always with like the coaches, so it's really good practices that happen.
And then after practice, do you think that you have an adequate time to finish homework?
Yeah, I mean there's plenty of time, a few hours.
After matches?
Matches, if it's a home match, I do, but if it's an away match, not always. I mean,
Do you try to find time, like during away matches, to do homework? Do you find that there's time slots where you can do that?
I mean, there is, but am I going to use them? Probably not, because it's like better to like talk with your friends. But if I really wanted to, yeah, I could probably get work done.
And I asked her the same question. Would you rather have a study hall instead of maybe a gym class while you're in season?
Yeah, well, in season, definitely. I mean, it would really like benefit schoolwork.
We have advisory now. Do you think that enough people take advantage of advisory?
I mean, does everyone? Probably not, but I do, and it's great for student athletes because even if you just get like 1 or 2 assignments done in that time, it's more than you would have. And it's less time you have to put in after you do your sport.
And I think with next year's schedule, I think they're adding like 3 advisories a week or something like that. So it'll be interesting to see how they do that. Maybe I'll come back and interview them next year and see the difference. And then a final question for you. Do you think the student athletes should have an extended period of time or like a special accommodation while they're in season to finish assignments?
I mean, I don't think so because, like Michaela said, they know what they're getting into before they go into the sport, and you know that some nights are going to have later nights. But if like they're really stressing, I'm sure if they talk to the teacher, it would be fine. If like they had a little more time, but do I think they need it? Probably not.
Thank you so much.